In the electrifying heart of London's nightlife, where boundaries blur and desires run wild, Adrian and I lived the dream of a rather wild and exciting open marriage. But amid the intoxicating highs of shared fantasies, one veiled betrayal threatens to shatter everything we thought we believed about love, trust, and the blurred lines of fidelity. Dive into a tale where passion meets pain and discover what happens when our forbidden pleasures lead to unexpected betrayals. Chapter 6. From Fantasy to Reality. My confession to my husband. As the world around us came to a standstill, I found myself on the precipice of a revelation, a confession that was about to change everything. Oasis's "Don't Look Back in Anger" echoed through the silent streets of London, a haunting reminder of a world we once knew. The melodic chords filled our flat, emanating from a virtual concert, connecting us all in a time of disconnection. In the shadow of the lockdown, within the silent confines of our flat, I turned to Adrian. My heart pounded against my chest. My hand shook slightly as I reached for his. His eyes, usually so full of laughter and mischief, reflected the tension of the moment. With a deep breath, I began my confession. I laid my emotional journey bare before him, tracing my steps from our wild adventures to my unexpected connection with John. Each word I spoke felt like a weight lifted off my chest, and yet a new weight took its place, filled with anxiety and trepidation. His reaction was a mix of surprise, confusion, and hurt. Yet in his gaze I saw something else, a flicker of understanding, a glimpse of the deep connection we once shared. As I bared my soul to him, confessed my yearning for simple romantic intimacy, his grip on my hands tightened. In that moment, we were two hearts on a battlefield, grappling with the consequences of my confession. Adrian was silent for what seemed like an eternity, the only sound the hum of Oasis's anthem in the background, a strangely fitting soundtrack to our heart-wrenching moment. Then he finally spoke. His voice was soft, broken, filled with a depth of emotion I had not seen before. He confessed his own yearning, his own longing for something deeper, something more meaningful. Our adventurous escapades had been exciting, thrilling even, but they hadn't filled the void within us, the yearning for something real, something deeply intimate. As we sat there, our confessions hanging in the air between us, a strange sense of relief washed over me. It was a gamble, confessing my deepest desires, my intimate connection with John. I was betting on our love, our connection, our history together. It was a gamble that could have cost me everything. But as Adrian's hand squeezed mine, his eyes meeting mine in a shared understanding, I knew it was a gamble worth taking. The road ahead would not be easy, I knew. It would be filled with moments of awkwardness, of uncertainty, of self-doubt. But it would also be filled with moments of discovery, of deepening intimacy, of rekindling romance. It was a journey we had to take, a journey towards fulfilling our deepest fantasies, our yearning for romantic love. As Oasis's anthem came to an end, a new beginning loomed ahead of us. It was a beginning filled with promise, with hope, with anticipation. It was the beginning of our journey from fantasy to reality, from yearning to fulfillment. It was the beginning of our journey towards discovering the true meaning of romantic love, the true essence of intimacy. As the night descended upon us, we held each other, our hearts filled with a sense of understanding, a sense of hope, a sense of anticipation. Our journey had just begun, our journey from fantasy to reality, our journey towards discovering the true essence of romantic love. It was a journey we were ready to embark on, a journey we were ready to take together. As I closed my eyes, the haunting chords of Oasis's anthem echoing in my ears, I felt a sense of peace, a sense of relief, a sense of anticipation. I had made my confession. I had laid bare my deepest desires, my yearning for romantic intimacy. It was a confession that had changed everything. It was a confession that had set us on a new path, a new journey. It was a confession that had taken us from fantasy to reality. And as I drifted off to sleep, I knew that our journey had just begun.
This is chapter 6, the final chapter of a 6-part short story. If you liked this chapter and would like to hear the other 5 chapters, or more stories of love, betrayal, cheating and candid confessions like this one, please make sure you subscribe to the Romance Diaries on YouTube.